Gold is not the technical basis of the global economy in 2025. That position is clearly occupied by the US dollar, but it is the historical, psychological, and ultimate survival basis of the world monetary system. Without gold as an eternal reference, today's money would lose all credibility in less than a generation. Here I explain it bluntly and in 60 exact lines. For 5,000 years gold was direct money. All the great civilizations used it as a unit of account, a medium of exchange, and a store of value. The classical gold standard, 1816 to 1914, was the time of greatest growth and commercial stability in modern history. Bretton Woods, 1944 to 1971, tied all currencies to the dollar, and the dollar to gold at $35 an ounce. When Nixon broke that link in 1971, he did not eliminate gold, he turned it into the ghost that continues to haunt the system. Today, central banks hold 36,700 tons of gold, value is almost equal to $3.2 trillion. It is the third largest reserve asset in the world after dollars and euros. Between 2022 and 2025, they bought an all-time record, more than 4,200 net tons. China has been buying for 25 months in a row, India 18 months, Poland multiplied its reserves times 3. No major central bank has sold gold on net for 15 years. They only buy. Why? Because gold is the only asset that is nobody's debt. Dollars, bonds, euros, everything else is a promise to pay. In systemic crises, gold always delivers. 2008, plus 5.5% while everything was falling, 2020 COVID, plus 13% in 1 week, 2022 inflation, plus 18% in euros. Under Basel III, physical gold counts as zero risk and Tier 1 capital and just like cash. The dollar continues to reign supreme, 58% global reserves, but its credibility rests on the fact that behind it there are 8,133 tons of gold in Fort Knox and the New York Fed. When a country loses confidence in the dollar, Russia 2022, China since 2014, the first thing it does is buy gold and sell treasuries. The BRICS have been talking for years about a currency partially backed by gold precisely to challenge the dollar. Gold has the highest stock to flow on the planet, almost equals 62 years. Bitcoin imitates it, almost equals 55 years post-halving, but it still does not surpass it. Gold market cap is almost equal to $16 to $17 trillion. The entire crypto market together barely reaches $3.2 trillion. The king is still yellow. Unique properties, scarce, impossible to counterfeit on a large scale, recognized in all cultures, indestructible, divisible, and portable. In historical hyperinflations, Germany 1923, Zimbabwe 2008, Venezuela 2018, gold was the only thing that maintained real value. CBDCs and central bank digital currencies to come will have to measure their credibility against gold. Even Bitcoin, the most anti-establishment asset out there, is constantly compared to gold, digital gold, winky face. Brutal conclusion, the global economy runs on debt and dollars because we all know that, if everything collapses, there are 200,000 tons of physical gold in the world, of which 36,700 are in official vaults, that no one wants to be the first to abandon. Gold is no longer on banknotes or in daily transactions, but it remains the asset of last resort, the dry powder of central banks, and the only emergency exit that does not depend on politicians or electricity. That's why, even though it's invisible to 99% of people, it's still the true silent foundation on which the entire current fiat pyramid stands. When that faith is completely broken, gold will once again be king literally, not metaphorically. And that may happen sooner than many believe.